What is up, Yeet Nation? Today we're not going to be talking about just the Cowboys. I'm going to kind of talk about just everything kind of going on in the NFL, some Cowboys stuff. But most importantly, today was my second to last day of school. Tomorrow will be my last day. It is just a half day, and it's going to be my final day as a junior. So that's, of course, super exciting. But on to the sports stuff. So, obviously this is a mostly Cowboys channel, but if you go on my Twitter, I'm posting constantly about all the teams. And the Mavs have been raking in the playoffs, shooting 50% from 3 against the Clippers. We are currently up 2-0 to them. The game 3 is tomorrow at 8:30 in Dallas. And there's a high likelihood that we could actually sweep them. And if we do, this is a massive upset, and I would freaking love it because the Mavs have not made it past the first round since 2011. Another thing I will note, Luka has 256 points in only 8 playoff games, which is a record. I think he has like 42 points in his playoff debut, which is another record too. So, yeah, but there is some things he could improve on. He needs to improve on his three-point shooting, not the step-back three, that's really good, but he needs to improve his overall three-pointing. He needs to improve on defense because he's really bad defense, and he needs to improve on free throw shooting. But if he does all that, then he's a bona fide all-star. He's already an all-star, but if he fixes all of those, we've got the next Dirk Nowitzki. And Mahomes was actually at the game because he is a Texan, so he's a Mavs fan. He most likely is a Cowboys fan, honestly. So that is pretty cool. I mean, I might not like the Chiefs, especially with all their bandwagons, which is one of my least favorite things. I hate bandwagons, which is why I'm hoping the Nets lose in the playoffs. But it's not looking like that's going to happen, unfortunately. Although it is still only the first round, but the Celtics are not that good of a team this year. So, but yeah, on to baseball. The Rangers have been not so great like usual. I believe right now we are 22-29, last place in the American League West. However, and Joey Gallo has regressed, only like 7 or 8 home runs in the season, but he's like third place in walks. He's 36 walks, and he's still really good on defense too. But the main thing about this is Adolis freaking Garcia. 16 home runs, which is tied for first place. He's got, I don't know his other stats, but he's got like, I think he's got like 41 RBIs, just insane stats. He's making records. He's probably going to be a Rookie of the Year, and the Cardinals traded him away, so thanks for that. But we are obviously not a winning team, but I'd imagine he's going to be a central part of our rebuild. Yeah, I mean, there's teams worse than us, like the Orioles, but the Rangers are typically not a very good team. The Stars did not make the playoffs, which is okay by me. I mean, if they're in the playoffs, I mean, I'll keep up the score, but I ain't watching a game because, personally, hockey is my least favorite of the 4 major sports. And a team going to the Stanley Cup being the runner-up and then next year not making the playoffs, I don't know how often that happens, but I feel like it's not very often. So, yeah, that was a really bad season. They were 14 losses in overtime, which is tied for third of all time, most overtime losses by a team in a season. And then now on to the NFL stuff. I haven't discussed this on the channel because this is all about Cowboys, but the Aaron Rodgers drama is still afloat. Me personally, I don't see him leaving. I would freaking love if he left. I hate the Packers. I despise that team. Uh, I would love for him to leave, preferably not to the Broncos or the Raiders, because we have to play them. If he goes to Washington, then I would hate that even more. Like there's none of these teams that he's projected to go to. I want him to go to because they're going to screw over the Cowboys. Like we haven't won a Thanksgiving since 2018. We're gonna play the Raiders this year, which I said is a winnable game, and it is because the Raiders are struggled defensively. They don't draft well. They're bad at developing talent. You name it, the Raiders, they're bad at it. So we should get our first W on Thanksgiving since 2018. I'll be looking forward to that. And obviously I'm mad at the Broncos because they just stole Surtain from us, which they did not need a corner. They absolutely didn't need a corner. You get Kyle Fuller in the offseason and you take a corner when Justin Fields was right there. Drew Lock is garbage. You needed a quarterback. So it doesn't matter how good your defense is. You don't really have many receiving threats. And your quarterback play is garbage. And you're in a division with a guy named Patrick Mahomes. So, good freaking luck. I mean, you're not going to win that division for like a decade. It's going to be like Tom Brady in the AFC East. Like, you don't stand a chance. Now, I know the Raiders have been pretty bad throughout the entire 21st century. The Broncos have been pretty good. I mean, they had Peyton Manning for a short while, and obviously they won Super Bowl 50 against Cam Newton, who was playing trash in Super Bowl 50. But so they could maybe sneak in a wild card if they become good one of these years. The Raiders are usually trash. The Chargers are a very, they're up on the rise. I could definitely see them finishing second place and getting a wild card spot. I wouldn't necessarily like that much because, again, we have to play the Chargers. But they are in the AFC. So if we make the playoffs, we won't have to worry about them unless we get to the Super Bowl, obviously. But that's not going to happen. But I would love to get to an NFC championship. We got cheated in 2014. 2016, okay, Windows Defender summary, thank you. And then in 2016, we lost by a damn field goal to guess who? The Green Bay Packers. God, I hate that damn team. In the entire 2010s, we've only beat them once. And it was in the 2016 regular season when Dak and Zeke were just steamrolling the league. So, yeah, that's the only time we beat them in the 2010s. And then the other stuff going on. OTAs have been going on. Dak Prescott's been working out. He's said in interviews that he doesn't have any discomfort. He can play on it. He's all that, but they're still taking it slow. Guys like Zach Martin, Lau Collins, and Tyron Smith are all healthy. They're all saying that they're healthier than they've ever been. I mean, I don't know. That could be an exaggeration. I mean, they're getting older, and the older you get, you don't get healthier when you get older, football-wise. So, but if our offensive line is fully healthy, that means Dak is protected. That means Zeke can get open holes to run through. It just means everything. We need a healthy offensive line because the offensive line was pretty freaking bad last year. So yeah, that's all going good. All the rookies have been doing their training camps and whatnot, and I like all the rookies we've got. Trayvon Diggs says he wants to improve. That's phenomenal to hear. He's already better corner than we've had in quite some time. I mean, Byron Jones, he only had I think he only had 3 interceptions this entire time with Dallas. Cheeto, who's now in the Bengals, which I don't know why he would agree to go to them because they're freaking garbage. I mean, they decided to take Jamar Chase, who is a phenomenal wide receiver, but you decided to take him over Penei Sewell. The Lions actually got a good draft pick for once. which the Lions, they're still going to be a bad team. I mean, Jared Goff is their quarterback, and he's not that good, honestly, if I'm being weird with you. So, the Lions still last place in the NFC North. So yeah, all the OTAs been going great. Dak Prescott been working out. New defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is phenomenal. He's been much more hands-on than other coaches we've had in the past, and I just like the way he speaks. He seems to have a plan, and it's all going great. Now into some other stuff. Well, I mentioned this, and then I trailed off. The Aaron Rodgers drama. I honestly do not see him leaving. I find it hard to believe that he's going to leave, and I do not think he's going to retire. If he is that pissed off with the front office, he might just sit out. Like, he'll still be on the team, but he just won't play until they're forced to trade him. Or he could just suck it up, which he probably won't because this is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about, and play. But so I don't think that's going to happen. But I don't see him leaving. I don't think that's going to happen. That he did this thing with Kenny Mayne for his last show where he seemed high or something. And Kenny Mayne was just asking him questions, and he was basically saying that it's not about Jordan Love, it's about the philosophy the front office has, how they wanted to get rid of him, and he's all mad about that. Because he didn't have a very good 2019, and the front office assumed, well, he's on the decline, let's just get rid of him after 2020, and then he ended up having an MVP season, because of course he fucking did. Still lost in the NFC Championship, though. Get this, Tom Brady. He's been in the NFC for 1 year, and he's got the same amount of NFC championships as Aaron Rodgers. I love seeing that team get screwed over every single year in the NFC Championship. Like, I hate them. Like, I hate them. Like, the Giants and the Eagles, like, yeah, they're annoying. Yeah, I don't like them. But the Packers, I think I hate more than the Eagles and the Giants by a lot. And they're not even in our division. That's just because they've screwed us over when it counts the most. Like, we lose a regular season game to the Giants. Yes, annoying. Their fans talk a lot of trash. Yeah, annoying. But when we play the Packers, it's always losing in the playoffs, or like a really close game in the regular season. Well, they're not usually regular. They're usually blowouts. Like, I think Aaron Rodgers is undefeated at AT&T, and that's just one of the most annoying things ever. So in this interview, he was basically saying it's about the philosophy and whatnot. And they were asking about his Kentucky Derby look. I don't get it. Like, why does his suit with his slicked hair and his glasses at the Kentucky Derby, why is that constantly talked about? He got engaged in the offseason and everyone was going crazy over that. Who gives a fuck? Like, why do people care about celebrities' relationships? Some real talk here. I think just celebrity culture overall is just stupid. Just worshipping these people that don't care about you. Like, I don't know, Kanye West, for example. He's pretty sure he's a rich dude. He's a celebrity. The Kardashians, all these celebrities, they all suck. And people worship them. I do not get it. I hate that about society. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers got engaged. Everyone was, going crazy. I personally couldn't give a rat's ass. If Dak Prescott got engaged, I would be like, okay, cool. But I wouldn't care. Why him getting engaged is such a big deal. I don't get. But yeah, that's just a bit of rant. I talked about the OTAs, talked about the general stuff, talked about my last day of school. I'm going to be going on vacation because the first week of summer break is just chilling out here. I may film a video about something if something crazy is going on. Then a week after that, we go down to, I don't actually remember where. It was near Jamaica Beach where our last trip was, and I'm gonna vlog that one just like the last one, but it's with this camera, so it should be significantly higher production because the last one was a horrible camera and that battery died so quickly. So I think that's everything, honestly. I'm just trying to think a bit. Well, yeah, I guess that is it. So, for the gameplay on this one, it's filmed for about an hour. Gavin, my brother, he's a pretty good builder, so he was building a house, a permanent house in my gameplay world, and it's about an hour long. This is currently 15 minutes, so I'm going to use that gameplay for however long until it's used up for all these videos, and then I'll film more. That way, I don't have to worry about filming gameplay every time I record a video. I could just continue on from that long clip. So yeah, 16 minutes going on. I think this is pretty much it. I'll just do like a quick recap. Mavs in the playoffs, up 2-0. Dak Prescott and everyone at the OTAs. Aaron Rodgers drama. Why I don't think he's leaving. How the AFC West is gonna pan out. Celebrity culture is stupid. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you next time, Eat Nation.